They told me about the prolactin. They mentioned the pituitary gland, but they never said anything else about it. I didn't even know that they knew I needed surgery until after the surgery was done. So what if the pituitary gland is worse now than what it was? Because that was 2 years ago. Okay, so it's the next day, and long story short, I already shared with you guys how Shady Grove neglected to inform me that the surgery to remove scar tissue was needed prior to starting treatment. Now I'm being told that because of that, they knew that pregnancy would not be successful. The chances of me getting pregnant without removing that scar tissue is like 15%. And if I got pregnant, chances of that pregnancy being successful was under 5%. So they knew all of that, and they didn't say nothing. That's bad enough. Now I'm talking to my doctor in regards to this hysterectomy. One of my subscribers commented on that video. I saw your comment. I just been so all over the place, girl. I forgot to respond to you, but I did find peace in my decision to have a hysterectomy. It was not the easiest decision, but like I said in that video, I've really had to make that decision based off of what was best for myself as well as the family I have right now, and not so much what will be best for the family that I hope to have. So I came to peace with that. So we were trying to schedule the hysterectomy for December. That works best for me for many reasons. I'm already on leave for work in December, and honestly, COVID was so much this year. My health was so much this year. I really want to walk into 2021 with all of this stuff being left behind. And I want it to be done by then. In trying to schedule that, she asked me about what did Shady Grove do in regards to my prolactin levels and my pituitary gland. As you know, your pituitary gland is in your head. I said nothing was done because, one, they never mentioned anything to me about prolactin levels, and two, in regards to the pituitary gland, my first doctor at Shady Grove, Dr. McClamrock, did tell me that I had an issue in my pituitary gland. He said I had like calcium rocks all in my pituitary gland. Scared the bejesus out of my wife and I. We asked them what needs to be done. Like, do I need a surgery on my head? Do I need to go on medication? This is his response, and I quote, "It's nothing to worry about. Your insurance paying for everything, so we might as well move forward." Your doctor is supposed to be the next best person other than yourself to hold on to your health and take your health seriously. Your doctor is supposed to be somebody that you trust. And with every situation, Shady Grove response has always been, we might as well, insurance is paying for it. I understand that me having great insurance and being able to have my fertility treatment covered at 100% is rare. I understand that they can easily look at that like a guaranteed check. I get it. But I don't care if my insurance is paying 100%. I don't care if I was paying 100% out of pocket. I don't care if it was a 5% payment guarantee. I don't care what it is. I don't even care if you are financing your fertility treatment. The money shouldn't be a factor, because at the end of the day, I'm a paying customer. I'm a paying patient, and I should be treated as such. I shouldn't be treated any differently than another patient, and I was. It was really all about money. And as I said in my previous video, sometimes when you are a small company and you become a large entity, sometimes you forget the why, and you forget the reasons, and you forget your purpose for being in the field that you chose. And the only thing that you think about is dollar signs. And when it came to my care, Shady Grove Fertility intentionally neglected me medically. They intentionally chose to not offer me the best care that they could have, because they were only thinking about a check. I would never tell anybody to never go to Shady Grove Fertility, because like I said many times, I know people that have gone to different locations and their experience was completely opposite of mine. But what I will say is, do not go to the Baltimore Harbor location with Dr. McClam Rock. He's the only doctor at that location. And do not, absolutely do not go to the Towson location, because the Towson location is a shit show. Okay? And now, because of all of this, I've been going through so much. And now I'm finding out that it was never a chance for my IVFs to even be successful, because they didn't tell me I needed that surgery until after my last cycle. My last cycle was between October and December of 2017. They didn't tell me that I needed the surgery until like August of 2018. But they knew I needed the surgery in February of 2017. So at this point, I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. It's time for me to stand up to myself when it comes to Shady Grove. And it's scary, because they is such a huge entity. They're such a huge company. But I have to stand up for myself. And I cannot allow them to continue to do this to me and continue to be a negative part of my life. And I know if I had to go through this with them, I know other women are going through this with them. One of the reasons I tried for so long not to go to a lawyer is because I've been through the legal system before when it came to doctors. In 2007, when I was originally misdiagnosed by my doctor back then, my doctor said I had a cancerous dermoid tumor in my uterus. I needed all this treatment. It needed to be removed immediately. Surgeon go in. It's absolutely nothing there. I went through unnecessary treatments. I was on medications that I did not need. I got cut open from right to left. Still have issues with that incision that I did not need. It was absolutely nothing inside of me. And I did the same thing with them. I asked, why wasn't I told, what's going on, what happened? And they were so rude and disrespectful. So I got an attorney. My attorney and we went through the whole process of hearings, paperwork, dispositions. I mean, the whole nine. I mean, I remember the other, the doctor's attorney, you know what, that's a whole story time. But it was so much. And ultimately, we finally got the court date. Their attorney was trying to work out something with my attorney for a possible settlement. And literally days before the court date, my lawyer contacted me and said, hey, we can't move forward. And I'm like, why? Like, I'm devastated, crying, everything devastated. He's like, it's nothing you did wrong. We are very confident that if we ever get the chance to go in front of the judge, we're going to win. Hands down, you're going to win. Everything is in order. You're going to win. I said, so why aren't we moving forward? He said, well, we can't move forward because unfortunately the doctor, who is also the owner of the clinic, owed the state of Maryland money for taxes. He owed the state of Florida for taxes. He owed the state of Virginia for taxes, and he owed the IRS for taxes. So even if we go to court and we win, we cannot guarantee if and when you will ever receive your settlement. And as it stands right now in Washington, D.C. at the time, it was a cap on settlement. So even if they gave me a settlement of $1 million, they would have only had to pay me the minimum of like $650,000. It's no way we can guarantee that you're going to get this. So we have to put this on hold indefinitely. And that's what they did. And it's been sitting in the court ever since. And it's 2020. So I really was trying to avoid possibly going through the same thing with Shady Grove, but I can't do this no more, y'all. I'm tired. Something has to be done because I'm the one who keep being victimized and I keep allowing it. It's kind of like, you know, laying yourself across your threshold, but then being angry when people keep walking over you like a doormat. Like, I'm tired. So I'm gonna be contacting an attorney sometime today, but let me get in here and get this blood work done. So, oh, and I gotta get an endometrium biopsy because of this shit. Do y'all know what that is? They gotta go up in my cooter while I'm awake and take a piece of something. I think a piece of my uterus, a piece of my ovary or something, and test it to make sure nothing cancerous or precancerous up in there. I'm gonna be awake, y'all. What? I'll be back. So I just left from getting my blood work done, and 3 minutes after I left the lab, they called me and they scheduled my endometrium biopsy for Monday. So I'm a little nervous, y'all, because this is the fastest I ever got an appointment for anything. I didn't have to make the appointment myself, and they called me with the appointment. So I have to get this done Monday morning, so pray for me. I don't know what goes into this, but the saga continues, I guess. Maybe this is a sign of something. I don't know of what, but something.